Hey you guys, welcome to Friday's session. So to warm you up, we're going to start with 1 minute of cardio and then 2 rounds of 10 flamingos. So standing on one leg, opposite hand, hinge down, touch the outside of the opposite ankle, 5 on each leg. 10 backwards lunges, so going back, standing tall, getting those glutes. 10 regular old air squats. And then 10 good mornings. So with the good morning, we could do a banded good morning. You could hold a kettlebell or a dumbbell, or you could have a bar on your back. But the good morning is all about that hinge. We're going to keep the legs straight, but soft in the knee. And I want you to shoot your weight back so that you can pick up those toes. And you should really feel that stretch through the hamstrings in the back half. You go down as far as your hamstrings will allow, or just above, kind of perpendicular to the floor. Shoot your hips up. So getting the weight back over the heels, firing those hips forward. Then for our strength today, we've got some deadlifts. All right, so if you've got a barbell, I'm going to get you to do 4 sets of 8 at an RPE of 8. Okay, so it's regular deadlifts, 8 touch and go reps. We want to find an RPE of 8. That means that you do your 8 and you can do 2 more at least to begin with. You're going to rest 1 to 2 minutes in between sets. Kettlebell and dumbbell, guys, we're going to be doing some straight leg deadlifts, superset, with some glute bridges. So with the straight leg deadlift, it's a very similar concept to keeping the legs straight but soft, like in the good morning that we just did in the warm-up. Your feet will be hip width, and you're going to hold your dumbbell or kettlebell in the middle, like this. So if you've got a dumbbell, you can hold it by the dumbbell head. Okay, and then the movement, so we're thinking about keeping those legs straight, a straight leg deadlift. We're going to be shooting our hips way back, letting that weight counterbalance us, and our kettlebell or our dumbbell should land in between the feet, not over the toes. Pulling those shoulder blades back nice and tight. And if your weight is too short, so for example, you see my little kettlebell, that's about as low as I can go, keeping my legs pretty straight before I just can't bend anymore without bending my legs. Okay, so I'm going to go as low as I can, come back up. And I'm going to think about picking my toes up in that bottom position to make sure that my weight goes through my heels. So I'm going to do 10 of those, and then you're going to hit the floor and do 10 glute bridges. Now I'd like you to make the glute bridges a little harder by either adding a band or adding some weight. So let's just, for example, say I don't have a band, but I have got my dumbbell or my kettlebell that I was using for my deadlift in the first place. So I'm going to get into my laying on my floor position. My feet are about 12 inches away from my bum. I'm going to hold my kettlebell on my hips, and I'm going to do my glute bridge, adding that little bit of extra weight to my hips, and you're going to do 10 of those. If you have a band, you can put the band, double it up so it's a little bit tighter, put it just above the knee. And then as you're doing your glute bridge, make sure that you're pushing out on the band the whole time you're doing your glute bridge. Okay, keep that tension on that band the whole time. And you really feel that burn in your cheeks. It's great. And kettlebell and dumbbell guys are doing 4 sets as well. So everybody's doing 4 sets. Barbell, 4 sets of 8, and RP 8, 1 to 2 minutes rest. Kettlebell, dumbbell, 4 sets of 10 straight leg deadlifts, superset with our 10 banded glute bridges, 45 seconds to a minute rest. And then we've got a 3-part workout. 5-minute AMRAP. We're going to increase our reps by 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 for both movements. The first movement's the pistol. Now, we worked on the pistol last week in class. We're going to carry that on this week. I'll show you in a second. And then ground to overhead. With a barbell, we're looking at 60-40. With a kettlebell or a dumbbell, I'm actually going to get you to do those reps per arm. So for the first round, it'll be your pistols, 2 pistols, and then for kettlebell or dumbbell, ground to overhead, it'll be 2 per arm, whereas the barbell guys will just be doing 2. Okay, so ground to overhead could be a clean and a press or a jerk, or it could be a snatch. The beauty of that is you get to choose your poison, whether it's a bar or a dumbbell or a kettlebell, and you can mix and match. Totally up to you. Right, so let's just talk about our pistols. So the pistol squat is our one-legged squat. We did a lot of that in class last week. So let's just quickly recap on our options. We've got our seated Single leg, sitting down with one leg, standing up, keeping that one leg up off the floor. You could also do that just as a negative. Lower yourself down, 2 feet, stand tall. You can use a bench, a chair, a box, a sofa, and you can actually do a negative this way, lowering yourself down, and then you can use a little bit of jump to help you back up. That's a really fun variation on the pistol. And you can also, if you're good at it, use something a little bit higher than normal to put your heel on, and then you can go through and do your pistol with your heel elevated a little bit more than normal. Or we've got our standard pistols. But the coach will go through that more with you in class. After you do your 5-minute AMRAP, get as high up that ladder as you can. You can have a 3-minute rest. Then you can do a 3-minute AMRAP. And we're just going to change the movements up, but the weights are going to stay the same. So now we've got goblet squats with your kettlebell or your dumbbell. Or if you really wanted to, front squat.